Well, good morning, PACE family. I hope everybody is feeling pretty good after the vertical workout. Those of you that got to do your vert challenge so far this week, you'll see why I put the 10 minutes of rolling and stretching and using any of your recovery tools as part of the challenge this week, in particular, following a workout like the Wednesday vertical repeat. Also, because you're heading into a pretty high volume weekend. This weekend, all the programs are, no matter what program you are following. A couple things I want to talk about though. First of all, this Wednesday's workout or any future Wednesday workout. If you are feeling too fatigued, I know some of you, have higher stress in your life right now, or you've got, family obligations, work obligations. There's all sorts of things that can enter our lives unexpectedly at different times, and we might just be too tired to do the interval work or the speed workout, and it can be really hard to let that go, particularly when we see others in the clinic that are doing it. However, it's really important that you feel empowered to make good decisions for you, and that you're always looking at your goals a little bit more broad to help you bring your decisions back more narrow, if that makes sense. So if you're just looking at my life is going to crumble if I don't do one vertical workout this week, or all of my training, it's hopeless. I'm not going to be able to finish my rendezvous or any other race this season because I missed one workout. It's really likely that we're all going to have to forego some workouts, and that it's probably better at certain times for you to do that. Now, the question then comes with, well, what do I do if I don't feel up to doing that workout? So start by just breaking it down. If you feel well enough to get out and hike, or do a recovery run, it'll almost always make you feel better afterwards that you went out and you tried and you did something. And at least you're building your endurance. You're kind of staying a little bit more closely to building your weekly hours. So that would be the first option if you can. If you just need the day off and it's just not happening it doesn't matter what the reason is, it's okay. If it's just not gonna happen for you and you need to just let that run go, then remember, know why it's important for you. That's one of our goal focuses. Your goal is your way. Know why it's important for you. It's not realistic for us to all be on the same page at the same time. And you might just have to let those hours go this week and just be okay with that, and know that the extra rest you're getting is going to go into the weekend, because the weekend runs, majority of your events right now that you're training for are endurance focused. So if missing a workout throughout the week and getting a bit more rest and trying to get more sleep, or dealing with some of those issues in our lives that are causing us stress, that can help us go into the weekend reducing some of that stress and feeling a little bit more energetic to accomplish our long runs. Usually by the time the weekend comes and you get those runs in, you've forgotten that you've even missed that Wednesday vertical repeat anyhow. The other option though is, people ask is, well, should I be making up those hours somehow? And the answer to that question varies. I think that if it's appropriate for you to do so, then yeah, you can. You can definitely just take the Wednesday off, maybe do your hill repeats this week, but look at your training plan. For example, those of you that are doing the Rendezvous 135, it's likely that you already have 3 long runs back to back this weekend. So you have to be prepared to know that if you're going to do your vertical challenge on Thursday, you're probably going to head now into Friday, Saturday, Sunday's long run with a little bit more heavy legs. Does that increase your risk for injury? What is your running base? Would this be the first time you've done 4 big back-to-backs? Is that appropriate for you? I know there's never a simple answer, but these are some of the things that you need to process and you need to sort of walk through. And I'm here if you want to walk through them with me, if I can help you make more personal sense as they apply to what you have going on. But yeah, like I said, sometimes you just have to let those workouts go. Now, the other thing I want to talk briefly about is I've had a couple people actually that have reached out about their COVID vaccination. And it's a really interesting topic, one that I hadn't thought about until yesterday myself, because I feel very fortunate. I'm going today to London Drugs to get my AstraZeneca vaccination. And I had run plans to run this evening, and I thought to myself, you know what, I think I'm going to try to adjust my day. I'm lucky I've got some flexibility. I'm going to get my run done before my shot, because I'm not sure how I might be affected by it. Some people have experienced fever or chills or a bit of illness or some side effects to their vaccination for a few days. So I'm trying to pre-plan for that. Now, if you get your vaccination, or if I get my vaccination and I'm down and out for a couple of days, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't plan for those things. And whether it's a vaccination or you still pick up a cold or a bug or a flu where you run yourself down a little, it all sort of falls under that same category of we just need to be willing to adapt. And like I just talked about, some of those workouts, you're just going to have to let go. Depending on the timing of if and when that happens, you might be able to make up for them, and or it just requires that you adapt your training plan accordingly. And again, I can help you with some of those things, but sometimes it might mean having a forced rest week when it was supposed to be a build week, and then the following week becomes a build week, those sorts of things. You're almost kind of swapping those weeks out if you need to. So now I'm starting to ramble because I could give 800 examples, but the bottom line is, you guys, is whether you have a bit of a niggly or an injury or a rolled ankle, or you're getting a vaccination and you have setbacks from that, you haven't slept and you suddenly have a lot more stress going on in a certain week, it's normal and acceptable and the right thing to do to know that adapting your training plan is okay, and that these training plans, we're not all going to fit into the square boxes every single week at the same time like it's laid out. There's a million ways to write training plans, and there's a million ways that you can recover from any setbacks that you have. The most important thing is that you're listening to your body and that you're focusing on what matters most at the moment. And again, if that is an injury or an illness, that's all you're focusing on, and trust that when you get through that, there'll be answers on how to pick up your training and get back on track. So if anybody needs anything more or has any more questions with respect to that, please reach out and let me know. The last thing I'm going to add in this clinic is I'm super excited. The priority registration for the summer clinic is now open, and it's going to be open until Saturday night. Summer clinic registration opens on Sunday to the public. So I'll be starting to put a little bit of promo out on that. In the meantime, I just want to thank everybody for their support. These clinics have meant more to me than you guys will ever know throughout this pandemic, and you all mean more to me than you guys will ever know. And I really am hopeful that this summer we're actually going to get to do some in-person training, and that the workouts will be a mixture of speed workouts and adventure workouts on Wednesday, and undoubtedly and hopefully some social components that we're going to be able to put into there. And we've got some making up to do for this past year. So anyhow, anybody that is interested in continuing, there's information on the website in terms of what kind of programs I'm going to be writing, and hopefully how some of the changes will shift out of this virtual platform into some more in-person training. And we still have virtual spots. We'd love to continue to have our virtual athletes and friends join us in the summer. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, I hope you have a really great weekend of training. Anybody that has to give up or let go or adapt, know that it's okay. I'm here for you. I can help you get back on track the following week. Okay, see you guys.